I wish all little girls were encouraged to be the fire that they are. I could put on Vaseline and my mom would be like, hey, fuck you, malaya kwangu.
Does your son judge you?
Sometimes they look at me and he's like, "Ay, mom." Sometimes you can embarrass someone.
I get outbursts for all the wrong reasons. Being wild and free to me means I can dress however I want. There are parts of our bodies that we do not fear showing. It's not like we are nudists. We're just comfortable in our bodies. I do not sexualize bodies.
I also look at body like art. Because for me, Wild Woman really resembles freedom. You're giving yourself the freedom to be whatever and whoever you want to be. It's my time to make money. And if you're standing between me and money, I'm going to do whatever it takes to wipe you out.
Hi, welcome to WildWoman Escapades. I am your host, Njoki Ndungu.
And I'm Violet.
So last time we were here, we talked about different questions that people asked us. Today we'll be dealing with a different topic. How did you find last time's topics?
Last time they were very ratchet. Very ratchet. What a way to start a podcast. But today I think we do it the normal way.
Today at least we've chosen the topics that we think we'll talk about. And we'll start with basically get to know us. What we think we are or what we know we are.
So officially, my name's Violet Wanjiko Karanu. We are from a very big family, so I'm named after my grandmother. And so we have a lot of Violet Wanjiko. So I prefer to be referred as Violet Karanu, because if you say Violet Wanjiko, there are probably like 12 other or 20 other Violet Wanjiko. So it has to be Violet Karanu. Yeah. Of course, I'm more of a village girl or a city girl, something like that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm there in between, katikati. Most important, I'm a Scorpio. Just in case you wonder why I behave the way I behave. Yeah, I think that's it. The rest of it, you just get to know me as we go. I am a mother to an 11-year-old boy. I'm an entrepreneur, a HR consultant, a restaurateur, also a wild woman at heart. That is who I am.
So me, I am Njoki Ndungu. I am also Mama Jamba. I'll start getting used to that. It's weird currently.
Yeah.
Sijazoea kuitwa Mama somebody. But yes, Mama Jamba.
It's been 5 months of Mama Jamba.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like, yes, I am Mama Jamba and I know that, but I feel like these titles, especially for a woman, we disappear the moment we get married. We get kids, our names just disappear. You'll be called Mama someone or Mrs. someone. I am a fashion entrepreneur and currently content creator. Not even currently, we've been creating content since forever. Yes, and that's basically it.
So now the next question is, why Wild Woman?
From where I sit, I'd say wild is different to different people. Me, my wild is just being liberated, just being liberal. And liberal doesn't mean I am unruly or ungovernable. I am within the confines of my government. So if you're within my walls of my government, you'll know I'm governable and all those things. So being wild and free to me means I can dress however I want. Decent is a title given to different people depending on where you come from, because sometimes you'd wear something and people are like, unatoka nje na hiyo. Maybe the dress is way too short for their liking, or the cleavage is too low for their liking, or right now the way I am a mama, there's a way people expect me to behave, to dress.
Yeah, they expect to see you in deras. I'm surprised you came here with a crop top.
And even my way of thinking is so liberal. Even I have 4 siblings, and I kid you not, I think my mom had seen my wildness since I was a kid. There's this thing about how we take photos. If you go to our Instagram, there's a way we take our photos. There are parts of our bodies that we do not fear showing. Yeah. It's not like we are nudists or anything, but we're just comfortable in our bodies. Yeah. Because for me, I don't take bodies as nudes or anything, and I do not sexualize bodies.
I also look at body like art.
Exactly, their canvas.
Yes,
Like you do
yeah.
whatever, is it tattoo, piercing, whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think that is part of wildness. And the topics that I love talking about are most of the topics that most people would shy away from.
Yeah.
Like sex, religion, all those deep topics.
Yeah.
I hate small talk. So me, I'm always such a deep talker. I think that is where I come in as wild, because I do not stick to the norms of the society.
Right.
Be it in church, nitakuwa like a different girl. She's in praise and worship, but she has a tongue piercing, she has tattoos, but I'm okay with that because your judgment has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
So I think that's where my wildness comes
Nice,
from.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I relate with that as well.
Yeah.
Because for me, Wild Woman really resembles freedom. Because you've given yourself, you haven't necessarily had to get the freedom from people, but you're giving yourself the freedom to be whatever and whoever you want to be, right?
Take it.
Yeah, and like you said, growing up, you already know who you are from when you're a child. I remember, like you said, about, changing your looks or whatever. I could put on Vaseline and my mom would be like, hey, staki malaya kwangu. I'm like, gosh, ni Vaseline, aina hata color, you know? I also remember when we cleared KCPE, so then you'd make those trips to school to check what results you did. Me, I wore like a long skirt because we were not allowed to wear trousers growing up.
Oh.
My dad did not allow us to wear trousers, I don't know. So I used to have a long skirt that would shape my body nicely. Yeah? And then I wear some shoes which were mangoroba.
What's mangoroba?
You don't know, they blogs. And then I went to school and everybody's like, hey, but my mama alinikemea hiyo siku. There's a quote that has been going on IG or on the socials that is saying, I wish all little girls were encouraged to be the fire that they are, right?
I've seen it.
Yeah, instead of discouraging us, and you thought that me changing my way of dressing to look a particular way is protecting me from maybe the society who are trying to prey on little girls, judge you and even prey on little girls, so that now you started expressing yourself in the way that you dress, and everybody is now going to start sexualizing you from the way that you look. But how is that my problem? Teach them that that's a child. Why are they looking at me sexually? Yeah, I'm allowed to dress however I want, right? Yeah, and also being called Wanjakehe. Growing up, Wanjakehe, you're always doing all the things girls should not do. I mean, I don't want to play with dolls all the time, yeah? I want to play with them sometimes. I want to make some nice clothes for them. But it has a limit for me. I want to go jump into the river, go into a construction site, that kadam that they have there for water, go inside, do my dufo, and now you're here trying to tell me, that's bad for a girl. But that's who I am, yeah? So that's what wild is for me. I mean, having the freedom to do whatever I want to be. And why wild? Because people call that wild, and I'm comfortably, okay, you call that wild?
Fine.
Okay, so then I'm fine with
fine.
it. Yeah, then I'm wild.
My dad recently, like very recent, got an Instagram page.
Oh, really?
Guess what Mr. Lovely Ndungu does? Does what any other parent would do. I need friends, my girl. So my baba goes and checks. Hey, my baba is like, what am I seeing? So, my baba calls. Like, normally we talk like 3 times a day or 2 times a day. I asked him, Baba, is that you on Instagram? So he's already stalked with mommy. They've already seen everything. Nice. And then Baba is like, why are you asking? That told me, mzee amekuwa huko. And Baba is like, Kairetu, what are those things that you post? Niko where? Hey. You're very wild. Are you okay? Hizo vitu. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I think maybe he wanted me to take them down, but he kind of knew I'm not taking them down.
Yeah.
We talk with my baby sister. I tell her, Baba ameniambia hivi. So she laughs. Achana tu na yeye.
Atazoea.
Hatazoea. Mimi niko tu like, but Baba hafai kwa Instagram, you know.
You know, like what are you doing in my space, you know?
Yeah. But I got to like, where? So it was like, that is very wild.
Yeah.
Wild woman.
Yeah. I remember when I opened my Facebook account the first times, I remember my aunties following me and all. And then I got to a point where I blocked all of them from seeing my posts because I felt like they will start judging me from what I'm posting and even start associating that with how I'm performing in life. And then after some point, I told myself, you know what? They're the ones who chose to follow me. there's an
You didn't
unfollow
go
button for a
seeking.
reason, right? If
Yeah.
you feel whatever I'm posting is not aligning with your values, or you feel like I'm embarrassing you or whatever,
By all means.
maybe you just unfollow. But that's
The wrong space.
Yeah, those pages are there for a purpose, for you to express yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see social media as a way to create a persona online. This is what is
True,
happening here. You
true.
create a character online,
Yeah.
and you decide what direction this character goes. Yeah,
True.
that's how I look at it. So if you want to follow, follow. If you don't want to follow, unfollow.
But I love how free we are.
Yeah.
It's really freeing to just be yourself. I wonder what you'd be if you can't be free on your social media.
You know?
Because it's
You
your
know?
space. You can be whatever you
Yeah,
want to be. You
yeah.
can dream, girl. So
Yeah.
does your
As
son
loud as you
judge
can
you?
be. Sometimes they look at me and it's like, "Ay, mom." Sometimes you can embarrass someone. And I'm like, but what makes you say that? It's like, your picture. But then I'm like, these are the things you see elsewhere. So would you rather see somebody else doing it and then you start judging them? It has to start at home, right?
You might as
There's
well.
there's even a time I went to the beach with my son and I had on a bikini.
Yeah.
And I think my bikini was showing a camel toe. We were just having fun. We took
Yeah.
a photo. We posted it on, I think it was Facebook. And someone had the audacity to write there, "Atunaonesha mtoto uchi." And I'm like, I'm in a swimming costume. And we're in the beach, everyone else is dressed like that. So now I should wear kilemba like mokorino and
Yeah, or a
adera
t-shirt.
because I'm with my child.
Yeah.
But he's seen all these other women.
Yeah.
What am I trying to tell him, that these other women are wrong and I'm right? No. But I should be able to let him know that whatever he sees outside is totally fine, because even mom does that and it's totally okay.
Do you think people judge us or other wild women because they cannot be able to post what we post? Or maybe, I don't want to even say it's a body thing, because we've seen some of our travel buddies doing it and they're not of the same body type as us, and they're out there. I think people are just uncomfortable
and
because
also,
they can't.
And also people like subjecting their insecurities onto others.
That's it.
Yeah, because you can't do it and you don't want to be seen applauding, so you want to be seen hating, and you feel like you hating is going to be more relevant than you applauding. I don't know. It depends also with someone what kind of a circle he or she has. Because you could be in a circle where yourself, you totally approve of what is going on, or you're not judgmental, but your circle is judging.
Yeah. So you have
And
to.
you also have to judge.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. It is
Like
what it is.
I loved this video of you and your son dancing in the rain. Yesterday when it started raining, I looked at Jamba several times. But I was like, we are not there yet. We are
Should
not
have
there
taken him
yet.
outside. Mtoe nguo zote.
What would happen? Anze kusneeze.
Right.
We'll get there.
Dakika mbili ya mvua. Anyway, you get there. Where do we see the podcast going? How we see it? Expectations, yeah? I feel like as much as, like we say, we post a lot of online, yeah? We're very active online. And we have a following of people who relate to us, yeah? People who wish they had the freedom to be themselves like we do, right? I feel like they need a voice. That is what I want, or I see WildWoman Escapades being, a voice for the wild women, yeah? Also being a platform where we can invite people who will come and just feel free to express themselves, yeah? Sometimes I feel like we haven't been invited to tables. There are tables who want us. There are tables who want our connections, who want our community, who want the influence we have on other people, but they feel the way we are doing things doesn't align with their values, whatever values they have. So we have missed out on those opportunities to be able to speak on what we want to say, or express ourselves how we want to express ourselves because of that, yeah? And now us creating this platform is us telling ourselves that, yes, we have created our own table and we are going to express ourselves however we want. And if anybody else wants to come and express themselves, they are free to come and be themselves totally. There are no rules here. And if there are, rules are there to be broken.
That's really nice, the way you're looking at it, especially those tables that I've felt it. Because people would be like, oh, this and this and this, but. There's always a but.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go. So there's no fitting in. Of course, we'll never fit in. You're always standing out. But what we're
And that's a good thing about it, yeah? Where do you want to fit in?
You know, the way you said it, I wouldn't add or toa anything. There's a time, I don't know if I shared with you, someone someday, like we fell out, which was my bad, and I really apologized for it, and I took responsibilities of my mistakes and everything, yeah? But then that person or those people had the audacity to say, when someone comes in, you're too loud, people do not feel comfortable around you. And I was like, I've never given that vibe, but if that's what you get, it's not a me problem anymore. Because do I let you speak? I do let you speak.
Yeah.
But then I cannot dim my shine to make you feel better.
Yeah.
And I think this is that table where you come and be yourself.
Yeah,
Women should let women thrive because we are all thriving differently. No matter how same we are, we're still so different. Na hii ya maneno ya you're too loud, you're too this, you're too that. I feel it's a wishy thing.
It is. You cannot like everyone. You can't.
How can you even?
I cannot like everybody.
And you don't need to be friends with people.
No, exactly, yeah. We don't need to be friends. We can agree to coexist. Like if we meet in places where we need to exist together, we can agree to have a nice time together. I don't need to be best friends with you.
So have you ever felt the need to fit in this traveling group? Context is, people used to travel kitambo, but then there's this surge that came in and most of us, we just came in and these friendships started bubbling and whatnot. Did you feel the need to fit in these groups, be it events, you had to show up so that you, not fitting in, but you get the point, like be part of them,
part of what is
make
going
friends
on,
with people.
Yeah, like this is a person I want to be friends with or something, In the beginning when I started traveling, of course you'd realize, okay, there are people who have been doing this for a while. And now you're like, okay, when they post stuff, you're like, I like the vibe from the stories that I'm reading, And I'm like, maybe that's a group I would like to try out and see and feed from their energy, So for me, I've never wanted to be like part of a clique. Like, this is where I want to be, to belong. No, I've always been like, I'm seeing what the stories are saying, what they think, the kind of things are doing. Because people travel differently, There are backpackers, there are people who do the traverses in mountains, There are people who are just merely traveling for, luxury, baby girl, soft life, whatever, So I kind of look at those things and be like, I want to feed from this vibe. Let me see. Let me travel with them and see how it's going, And when I travel with them and I feel, okay, this is something that I would like to do again. There are trips that I have gone and I've been like, okay, these are not my kind of people. Online, yes, it looks like this, but when I hang out with them, the kind of energy that I fed from them is not the energy that I want to be associated with, or it's not an energy that I want to come back to every now and then. But then there are groups where I go to and I feel, wow, this is something I want to do again. And I'm like, oh, when is the next trip? Where are you guys going to? Things like that. But feeling left out, no, I've never felt left out, I've never been a person to be in a clique.
I think when I started, especially now that you have the history of mostly how most of us started, in as much as you were doing independently, there was still these communities here and there. For me, I got a clique. I don't want to, can I call it a clique mentality, for lack of a better word? A clique mentality. And I got that buzz of, they're going here, I should be there. They're going here, I should be there. Because most times of my life, or growing up, especially being a middle child, I've always struggled with being lovable. So most times, I'd always almost force myself to people. People will never see it, but I'm always the one, I feel like I always get the shorter hand of the stick because I'm, how far home is. But I'd always try, show up. But then later it got to a place where I'm like, is it even sustainable? So I think I grew up. And then I stopped the clicking thing. Got to a place, got to but then I can only do what I can.
And only what I want to do.
What I want to do.
If I see you have a trip or you have something going on and I feel I want to be part of it, then I will. But if I don't feel I want to be part of it, I will not force myself to be part of it, really.
So true. Because for me, I used to mostly survive on highs. I'd only make sure I'm high, because I'm such a perfect ambivert. I am so shy to people that I've not met. And you know how socials are. Njoki Ndungu, and I don't know people. So people would come, Njoki Ndungu, hi. I'm like, oh my God, panicking. I'm so anxious. So most times I'd make sure I'm just buzzed. Keep my drink going as I dance peke yangu. But if you ask me what I loved about the event, I'd not tell you anything.
Because most of the time you're
I'm just
out.
buzzed.
Yeah.
Because I just want to be there but not be there. Nowadays, no. I just go to places where I feel I'm wanted, I'm needed, and places that also feed my energy.
Yeah. No forcing things.
No forcing.
Yeah,
Let's force it.
Gosh, there's no time to force things.
Oh man, I know.
I also saw something online. Someone was speaking on the same and said that this is how anxiety and depression comes in. Because you're always trying to diminish yourself or belittle yourself to fit other people's expectations.
That was me.
Yeah.
And those were the saddest days of my life, you know. Those days, I think maybe a call would come in or socials like rest in peace Njoki, and most people would be like, how? But tulikuwa na yeye jana, she was so happy. But was I was the saddest girl alive, actually. In as much as we can't mention it here, you remember the stories that I was telling you, like I just get bad, then this drama. Because I'm so sad, I just need an outlet, and I get outbursts for all the wrong reasons. So I think after those things, nikajita committing, you go to like, baby girl, you actually don't need to be there.
Yeah.
And right now, in as much as I'm going through hardships za kawaida or other hardships, I feel like I'm the happiest and most peaceful I've ever been.
Yeah. I'm happy for you that you're able to find your peace.
Where do you see the podcast going?
Yes. Where do we see the podcast going? Wow. I think I'm in a point where I don't put my expectations on things anymore. Yeah. Of course, I have a dream for it to be big, and I want it to run for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I am very flexible. I don't know. I actually want to go with the flow, whichever way it goes. But I see it being big in terms of being a big brand. Yeah. I want this table to be as big and wide as it can be. That's all I know.
I see us growing. I see us collaborating. I see us being a voice of the voiceless. I see us doing major businesses here. Like, I'm getting good vibes. Plus, I feel it's such a good place for us just to have an outlet, to have fun.
What we are having here is not a dictatorship of what we should say, of what should be done. It's conversations we are having. We are going to butt heads, for sure. We are going to butt heads.
That is kawaida.
The question is, how mature are we, or how free are we to be able to let each other have their own opinion on whatever they want to.
And the voices,
right?
true.
What season of your life are you in? That's you.
So for me, I'm in one of those seasons where they say an eagle, once an eagle grows old, or the clothes grow old, it removes them so that they regrow again.
Okay.
I feel that's where the season of life that I'm in.
You're like in a rebirth.
Parts of me are dying. Some parts died. I'm in a season of my life where I'm grieving and still celebrating, because I'm grieving parts of me that I have already seen die. Some are being reborn, and some I can still see them dying day by day. Like, this part of me is no longer there. I miss it. I loved it, but I can no longer have it. Because once a child is born, you're also born. And parts of you as that girl who was before dies. So I'm in a season where I'm struggling to find a balance of being happy and really sad, confused. Because right now I'm still looking at my business aspects of life. I'm like, where do I start? When do I start? How?
So what parts of you do you feel have died? And which parts of you are you mourning?
You know, the saddest part is I cannot put a hand to exactly, or a finger to exactly this is dead, because I'm still struggling to maintain, this is Njoki. So for me, I'm just in that confused era. I cannot really say that I'm grieving this or grieving that, but I'm grieving even friendships that I've lost, because once you become pregnant, not even become a mother, once you become pregnant, naturally you just start slicing people out. They're not bad. But they no longer resonate with you, the kind of lifestyle you'd want or the kind of energy you want to surround yourself
or
with.
even the kind of friendships that you had, because you realize that we have friends for different
Every
parts of our
season,
life. Yeah,
exactly.
And every season, yes.
I think with maturity, that's where we start forgiving each other and not start saying, this person was never there for me, aliniachilia, because you realize every person has a part to play in your life. And same to you, because you can never give them 100%.
Yeah.
So that season is gone, you're not in a new season, and some other people come in and you thrive. Like, I'd look at people that I put in that circle and talked to them about my pregnancy. Some have already chosen to be child-free.
Yeah.
Some do not have kids. Some have kids.
Yeah.
But everyone that I picked are people that I prayed about, and they've all come through for me in different ways than one.
That's good.
And am I happy about them? I am, because these are the same people I can currently call and tell them this and this is happening. Can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Emotionally, I'm here. And then these are also still the same people that I can tell. In as much as we plan a lunch, a dinner, an event, and I don't show up, they will understand. That's just me in a nutshell, or in such a big many words. I'm just in a confused era, but very thankful as well, because people are still coming through for me.
Yeah.
And I thank God for those that I've left behind, because they'll also get their people in different perspectives.
Yeah.
And then
And also they were there for you in that phase. Yeah?
Exactly.
You just have to say that it's a new chapter.
It's a new chapter, and I am happy about it.
Yeah.
But I'm still mourning them, because as much as it's gone,
it's a progress.
Yeah, you remember some things. This could have been this and that.
You know.
And I think even in that expectation thing, I don't know if you felt that when you were at my place, in my position, places where you look at the goals that you need to achieve. And with all honesty, no matter how much you want to, you cannot, because literally your life is at a standstill.
Yeah.
Like, I could do this, I could do that. Uko too like, but
No,
I can't.
I can't, yeah. Like, I always wanted to go and work in a cruise ship, but I knew I cannot. I can't.
Oh my God,
I mean, I
know.
can. I have friends who have kids and are working in a cruise ship, and but that happened when they are still on the cruise ship, so they got kids when they're still there. But for me, it got to a point where I'm like, now I want to, but I'm like, no, now I can't. I can't work in a cruise ship, because then it creates a huge gap between me and my son. So then it means that I'll probably see him after 8 months, and that is not, I mean, I can, right?
Okay.
But that is not what I want right now, and I have to accept that I can't. For me, I can, but for me, I have to tell myself, I can't, and it's totally fine. It will come if it ever comes. I'm in a very aggressive season right now. Very aggressive.
I love it.
Feel
I
like
see
I'm
it.
very aggressive.
I
Yeah.
see it.
I feel like, like an eagle, you need to open your wings to be able to fly, but feathers has to open one by one, yeah? So I feel like my feathers are like, like a rocket. Before it shoots off, it has to like burn fast. That's the point I feel I am in. I'm so aggressive. I'm telling myself I have like 7 years to make big money or lay my foundations well.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at 40 and I'm like, at 40, I want to retire. This is where I am right now. I don't know how the next years are going to be, but this is the current situation right now. It's my time to make money. And if you're standing between me and money, I'm going to do whatever it takes to wipe you out. Really, I'll kick you out of the way. I have a lot of things to do.
You need it.
Between now, my son is in what? My son is in grade 6. He's going to junior high next year. By the time I'm 40, he'll be clearing high school. So I need money for a good university school. I need him to have a gap year where he travels. That's money we need. So you get what I mean? A lot of money. And I want him to go to a good school. I want him to be able to, I want him to be able to do whatever it is that he wants. And that needs what? That needs me to lay foundations for him, right? I'm also in a point where I feel like there are people who are lucky. They were born in families where structures had been put in place for them. So all they needed to do is to take over, and they were guided and mentored on how to go about it, right? But here I am.
You're not the one creating those structures.
Yeah, I'm the one who is creating those structures for me, for others, and for my son.
For your generation.
Yes, and for my generation to come. So I'm in a very aggressive mood. But also, on that note, I'm also in a, I want to protect my peace as much as possible.
That's where both.
Yeah, as much as I'm really aggressive, I know how I'm going to get what it is that I want, but I'm also choosing my peace.
People should really protect their peace, because peace is everything.
it's
Peace is everything.
So yeah, guys, that's where we are in life.
Yeah.
And I like that we are honest and we have so much passion, and we know exactly what we want right now. And like I said earlier, self-awareness is something very important, right? You don't need someone to be able to tell you, oh, you're in this era or whatever. Yeah. So would like to know where you guys are in life. In what era are you in? Are you in baby girl era? What is the other era that people are in?
Stressed and depressed and happy.
We don't want anybody in that era, so seek help. Seek help. Talk to us. If you're in that era, please talk to me if you need to. I'm here, yeah. Other people are in flight mode era. All they're doing is flights, and we love that for you guys, yeah. So please follow us on Instagram, which is WildWoman Escapades. Also, subscribe to our channel, which is WildWoman Escapades on YouTube, and like, share, comment, and tell us which era you are in your life. And yeah, share with your friends, share with your wildies who you feel they don't fit in the society. Tell them they fit in here. This is where they belong. Yeah,
Yep.
That's it. Yeah,
That's it.
So like we said, we are either your bad examples or your spirit animals.
Spirit animals.
Yeah, so whichever you choose, that's what it is. Toodoo.
Bye-bye. Mwah.